The reason that I eventually settled on this project, because I had an idea earlier about maybe a women-only photo agency or something. The World Press Photo, they did a survey for the first time when people were sending in applications. At the same time, they were asked to fill in some questionnaires. And what they found is that although the majority, of course, of participants were men, I think women were like 13% of the participants. Those 13% people have some kind of a support network, or, they have an education that also allows them to have an extra job or something like this. But what that also means is that they have cultural and an artistic appreciation and stuff, because it just education kind of suggests that would be the case. And so the reason that I decided that I wanted to teach photography rather than just bring the women photographers together was because I wanted to reach out to the people who don't have access to photography, who don't have access to culture. It's not part of their daily routine and stuff. And why is this important is because if you have the same people basically, with the same social class, with the same education, with the same income and stuff, you basically get the world, the perspective is always the same. The stories that they will tell will be through the same lens or through the same sort of filter. What I wanted to know is what the world looks like. And another reason is that most of the stories that are being told by people who travel far away, and they come in and they're kind of foreigners there, but they think that because they're quite educated and they have a sort of a wide understanding of the world that they can tell the story in a less biased way or something. But in fact, it's not really true, because maybe, let's say that they're not biased, maybe they're capable of really distancing them from themselves and from their cultural background. But it's not only about that, it's about how much time you spend in a place or in a community when you start to understand and realize how things actually function there and people start to let you in. So I was kind of really into the idea of having the people on the ground do the stories about themselves, not them leaving or somebody coming in, but they themselves saying, well, look, this is what our life is actually like. And so for the women, that seemed to be somehow more significant even than for the men, because the women seem to have a better education, a higher level of education, who are photographers today, or documentary or photojournalism. And so I thought that, I could try to somehow establish a relationship with women who are not in that social class, who don't have that kind of education, but who may have some kind of a desire to tell stories. And one way to do that is, of course they tell stories in their daily life with their children, with their friends. They're telling about their daily things. Sometimes there are newspapers, interviews happen and stuff. But I thought that this could be an additional tool that I could maybe somehow share how it works. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. And the motivation for that is because I want to reach out to people beyond this kind of quite a set group of people already that tell all the stories about the world.